Hello and welcome to Lunchtime Politics, reaching you live from our global headquarters here in the nation's Commercial and Land Center, Lagos. I'm Jeffrey Uzoa. Let's bring you up to speed with the big happenings in the polity and in politics. Let's start with the headlines. Concerned PDP stakeholders led by the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike insist on parties zoning the 2027 presidency to the South-South geopolitical zone, says Sam Anyanwu remains National Secretary of the PDP. It's now time to give you the all-access pass to what's happening in the polity. And of course, it's going to be a huge conversation around the politics of Nigeria as the build-up to the 2027 general election is already here. And guess what? It's barely 2 years, and we're still trying to get to know how well the government is doing. But the political parties and the politicians just want to inundate the space with the political happenings. And so we're going to talk about it as well as the issues of governance. But let's tell you, yet again, the All Progressives Congress in Enugu State has assured defecting members from the Labour Party of a level playing ground to allow everyone realize their political goals and aspirations. The Minister of Science and Technology, Mr. Uche Naji, stated this when he received the defectors in Enugu, including a member representing Udi Eziago Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, Mr. Sunday Umeha.
APC is no longer a party that will come a second fiddle in this state. We are a party to beat in Enugu State. And I can assure you that you have the numbers, you have the capable men. You have taken the right decision. You have taken the right decision because you have connected yourself to the national grid.
We are welcoming one of the best people in politics. We are welcoming them here today from Labour. And no doubt, I know that Syracuse, Honorable, somebody we trust and know he can move mountain. We know he has a lot of capacity.
To him, whom much is given, much is expected. Some people sabotage the legitimacy we gave them. Power and leadership, they go together. If you don't have capacity to lead, you cannot have capacity to be in government.
Well, as you can see, the game is on. What caught my attention, and I was laughing, was when he said, we now connect you to the national grid, national political grid. Well, let's talk to you about what is playing out in the People's Democratic Party, where the concerned PDP stakeholders are now demanding that the zoning of the party's presidential ticket should go to the south, as well as the reinstatement of Mr. Sam Anyanwu as the party's national secretary, among others. This unanimous decision was taken by the group at a meeting hosted by the Minister of the FCT, Mr. Nyesom Wike, at his official residence in Abuja. While addressing the stakeholders, Mr. Wike states that for far too long, the party has allowed persons without genuine interest to make decisions, maintaining that it will no longer be tolerated.
The eminent stakeholders and concerned leaders are alarmed that the party is an inevitable path to self-annihilation if urgent steps are not taken to rein in the desperate, divisive, and selfish tendencies that brought the party to its knees in the lead-up to the 2023 general election. These divisive tendencies, unfortunately, have found expression in the conduct of certain interests within the ranks of our party, both at National Executive Committee, the National Working Committee, and Board of Trustees levels. Consequently, the PDP eminent stakeholders and concerned leaders resolve as follows. 1. That to further arrest the inexorable drift toward extinction in our party, the party must, without further delay, respect the judgment of the Supreme Court. We therefore unequivocally affirm Senator Sam Anyanwu as the duly elected and substantive National Secretary of our great party. the spirit of fairness, inclusion, federal character principles, and respect for our party constitution, the party must make an unequivocal pronouncement zoning its presidential candidate to the South in the 2027 election.
An interesting perspective. Let's bring in our guest, who is a former Speaker of the Edo State House of Assembly and also the member representing Esan West Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Marcus Onobun. He joins us from our Abuja studio. Mr. Onobun, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you so much, Geoffrey. Good afternoon, and good afternoon to Nigerians.
It's interesting what is playing out in your party, and to onlookers, they're just wondering what exactly is going on with the PDP. And you need to help us give an interpretation and characterization from where you sit. So I'm thinking, like every Nigerian, Nyesom Wike has clearly said that he's going to work for the president. He's somebody who speaks his mind, no matter whose ox is God. He led literal campaign against his own presidential candidate because he believed the power should have been shifted to the South. And since Atiku Abubakar took reins, he decided to, with his G5 governors, work against the party. And then the president has brought him in as member of cabinet today in his federal cabinet. So now, with all that is going on in River State, which is dramatis personae, in that sense, with what is going on within the PDP, he also has a role to play in all of this. A very key figure in your party. But he has now come out to say, I will support the president. But while I'm supporting the president, the PDP must do the right thing and zone the position to the South. So the question is, if it's zoned to the South, is Nyesom Wike going to support the Southern candidate of the PDP? So help us characterize what is playing out here, because it's even confusing to the average person.
Well, thank you so much. We all know that Nyesom Wike is a serving minister in this government of Asiwaju Tinubu. And he has said times without count that he's a member of PDP. I was happy when I actually saw the report of this engagement with some PDP stakeholders yesterday. And now he's coming forth to make demands that the PDP must now recognize Sam Anyanwu as the national secretary, as well as also demanding that the PDP should zone the presidential candidate to South. So for me, I think for the first time, this is a step in the right direction. Reasons why I said that is I don't want to dwell on the statement that have been issued in the past, because I believe that we deserve, and we actually, as Nigerians, we want a viable opposition. When PDP was in power in this country, APC stood tall, to challenge PDP. So we also need a viable opposition to actually challenge the government of the day in order to deliver to Nigerians. Now that these demands have been put forward, so I expect that the top the leadership of the party, they should look at his demands, look at the merits of it, and so that they can broker peace and let us have, a united party to go into the 2027, elections. So I don't want to speak on, statements that have been made before now, whether Nyesom Wike is supporting President Asiwaju Tinubu. I want to count on what the recent statement that he had just made, that we need a 2027 PDP candidate from the South. So what that means, if I may interpret what he said, it means that he's in PDP, and if a candidate is thrown up from the South, that certainly he's going to support his party, PDP.
Yeah, Mr. Marcus, I know we're going to come to Edo politics. I do not know Wike to be inconsistent with a few things. Yes, I've seen him inconsistent in a couple of other things, but when it comes to this issue or who he's going to support, I don't see him going back. I doubt if he will go back, but I would like to be corrected. So let me give you a picture. It's like in the UK, for instance, it's like a member of the Conservative Party who is serving in the Labour giving the Conservative Party a condition for peace. It's like a Democrat who is working in Republican giving a condition to the Democrats for peace. Let's go to Ghana. It's like a member of the, what do you call it now? The NPP working with the NDC, giving the condition for the NPP as for peace or for a way forward. Or if we go to South Africa, it's like a member of DA or MK or EFF working with ANC in a coalition government, giving their party a condition for peace in that sense. But also standing to say, I will work with the sitting president. So it's clear that Wike is working for the president. He will work for the president. He's not hidden that. It's the PDP itself, inability to put his house in order, also working for the president by extension?
Well, like I said, I don't want to count on the statement that have been made before. I want to rely solely on the statement that he just made yesterday. I want to give benefit of doubt. And like I said, those demands have been put forward. The leadership of the party, they will now look at the merit of those demands, because Nigerians in all of this, regardless of our political party or political affiliation, what Nigerians deserve is the best. And anybody who, through a political party, gets to position, what Nigerians expect from such a person is development. We want Nigeria to be, a better place. So as much as Nyesom Wike is serving in the cabinet of President Asiwaju Tinubu, he had come out, because in this meeting yesterday, I followed the discussions. There was no time that he mentioned that he's going to support President Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. So I know that, yes, he's serving in the cabinet. He must have made statement, because certainly we see what he's doing in the FCT. He's been making some landmark achievement in the FCT. So that is to the credit of this present government. But again, we have also seen in the past situations where opposition leaders serve in the cabinet, to also see how they can bring development, to the country. So what is happening now is not really new. So I want to give Nyesom Wike the benefit of doubt that, yes, he has realized that we must have a viable opposition in the country, and he is choosing to toe the path of peace, which is why he's now coming with this demand. And I also expect the leadership of our party, to sit on a round table with him and other stakeholders to see how we can fashion out all these challenges and put, a possible and perfect solution forward in order to have a viable opposition. Because even the party in power actually needs, the right opposition who speak truth to power at all times, to be able to deliver the dividends of democracy to our people. Nigerians need a viable opposition. Nigerians need opposition that will be able to point out the areas where the governments of the day are not doing well. And also, if there are areas to commend the government that they have done well, we also make such a commendation.
All right. Mr. Marcus, let's go to Edo politics. And you are very familiar, you've been a speaker and all of that. So how would you say your party is faring? Is your party giving the government the kind of opposition it demands? Because I know your party, even at the Edo state level, is even split between the Dan-Obi's faction and the other faction. So how would you say your party is faring in Edo state? And how are you checking up on the government to make sure they do the right thing?
Well, the PDP in Edo State is faring well, and we've been doing very well. You understand the challenges, though we've been out of government in Edo for about 8 months now. But one thing is clear, we've been able to put the present government of the day on its toes, to make sure that things are done. Leaders of the PDP at the state level have been speaking up. I too have been on this platform to come and talk about some security challenges at the state level. We have come up to speak on the issue of local government, that where the state government have decided to displace democratically elected, local governments at that level, and now put people that were not even elected and they call them local government chairmen. We have also looked at the issue of serious flooding, across the state. So we are looking at the areas where the government is not doing what the people expect them to do, and we are definitely speaking up on behalf of the people of Edo State.
We're going to go to that controversial part of demolition exercise that has been taking place in Edo State. The government has said, look, there's going to be zero tolerance for cultism, which the state has been notorious for some time. And the government has said this is not going to longer be business as usual. But there are some objections being raised. I'm going to ask you about those objections, but we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back, Mr. Marcus. Welcome back. My guest is the former Speaker of the Edo State House of Assembly and currently serving as a member representing Esan West Federal Constituency in the House of Reps, Mr. Marcus Onogbon. Honorable, let's get to that question of demolition. I know the governor, we've seen pictures, videos of demolition exercise, and some people are saying, hey, I think I saw a gentleman who said he didn't know his son was a cultist and all of that, and they carry out some things. The government has said, if you are associated with cultism or any form of malfeasance in that sense that is criminal in nature and your property is involved, your property is going to go down. How has the PDP been receiving that? And do you have any objection to some of these moves?
Okay, first, that's one area that I have to commend His Excellency, the Governor of Edo State, for such initiative. The House of Assembly enacted a law which has been signed, pronouncing some certain capital punishments on court activities, criminalities, kidnapping across, and all of that across the state, because there is no meaningful development that can be carried out in a place where there is rancor, where there is violence, where there is cultism. So that is a quite commendable move. But when you choose to now play politics, with such moves, then it becomes a thing of concern. Interestingly, since this law have been in place, and you and I know, that we have different structures in government. We have the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. Of course, the legislature, they have enacted that law. The government, the executive have assented to it. So if there are issues, there are obviously issues that haven't investigated, such crime or allegation, and such a person is found wanted, then such punishments, by the pronouncement of the judiciary should now be carried out. But what we have seen in the last few weeks in Edo State is a law that is clearly targeted at the opposition. Interestingly, one of the hotels that was marked, about a month or two ago is the hotel that is owned by the Director General of Aswe and Ogie campaign, which is the Director General of the 2024 governorship campaign of the PDP. After which they left and went to another house of a PDP chieftain, Chief Francis Inegbeneki, to mark the house, and the guys that, court activities or court meetings were held there. As I speak to you now, I last visited my state between 15th to 22nd of April, Edo State, where I went to commission some federal government project that was facilitated to Edo State. And I have not been home ever since. I have just been informed that the governor has sent his people to go and mark my house for demolition under the guise that there were court activities. I am not a courtist. I've never been associated with court activities. I'm a politician. I'm open to everyone. I'm a Christian. I'm a Saint Knight of St. Christopher. I'm an Anglican. So nobody has even written me officially to ask if I was around or not. So they just move around and try to see how they can silence the opposing voice at the state. They are not ready to listen to any critical opinion as to how things need to be done. And me, for one, I believe that no man is an encyclopedia of knowledge. As much as he's governor today does not mean that he knows it all on how to develop Edo State. So it means that all hands must be on deck in order to be able to bring the kind of meaningful developments that we expect in Edo State. So if you check the sequence of activities in the last few months, like I've just mentioned to you, you will see that this law is obviously targeted at opposition leaders in order to just silence them, not to speak, coerce them, or intimidate them to join the APC. I was one of those, young people who followed
can you hear me now?
From ACD to ACN to AC before he became APC, and then in 2020,
Honorable Onobum, can you hear me now?
join PDP.
Okay,
so
just two questions. If you can hear me, if you can hear me.
When we were in APC, we never tried to intimidate.
Just a moment, if you can hear me. So two quick questions. So I think you said it in passing, in case I didn't pick it. So the government is saying that houses they are demolishing belongs to cultists or persons who are carrying out cult activity or are affiliated to them. I guess that's what they mean. So first question, are you a member of a cult? And you have commended the government, first of all, that the government is doing well with the measure to curb cultism. Is it because they have now touched your building or about to touch your building, all of a sudden is a bad policy?
Okay, I've just told you now that it is a great initiative, it's a great move, and there are processes. And I've also mentioned to you that these are the opposition leaders whose house have been marked, including myself, as we speak. I told you the last time I was home is on the 22nd of April, and this is 10th of June. So how could any activities would have happened in my village house when I'm not around? So 2 days ago, they came up with a story that, they said some court people were around, that there was a meeting in my house at the village. For that reason that the house will be demolished. As we speak, the house have been marked by the state government. So I am telling you that, regardless of where we are coming from, if there are court activity, you should be able to bring proof, so don't target opposition leaders. Court that they talk about, the court activity that they talk about is only associated with PDP. Are there not people in other parties that are court members, so to speak? So how come it is only PDP leaders? I just mentioned Chief Francis Enegbeneki, I mentioned Matthew Idwekebe, and then the third person now, myself, whose house have been marked.
So, Mr. Marcos, so you are saying, I understand what you're saying.
I've never been associated with one.
Just a moment. So you are alluding to the fact that both the APC and PDP members, you have members that are cult members in Edo State. So it should be fair to all. Is that what you're saying?
What I mean is that the issue of cultism, even before you talk about PDP or APC or any political party, is a word that has been there. So if people are cultists, it means that they can be affiliated to any political party. But when, in this case, it is a clear issue that is targeted against opposition leaders at the state, it means that it is not what he's actually telling the people that he wants to do with the law against cultism at the state. Because I just told you now that no documents have been served, no pictorial evidence, no visual evidence to say that there was any activity whatsoever. In any case, I was not even in Edo State. I've not been in Edo State for about 2 months now. So why will any activities happen in my house? And there are no questions asked. I'm not aware of anyone that have been arrested over any issue. So they just trump up allegation, mark someone's house for demolition in order to harass, hound such persons because they want the person to join APC. I believe in the politics of persuasion. If you feel I have what you don't have in your party and you want me to support your party, you should be able to persuade me. For instance, I am a member of PDP. I'm a member of the National Assembly. I have never come to National Assembly as a PDP member. I have come to speak on national issues and developments on the national issues. The Speaker of the House of Reps is someone that has been able to put all members, regardless of your political party, together as one, as legislators.
All right, Mr. Onobum, just as a wind down, if you don't mind.
Supporting policies that will help President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu succeed.
All right, just as a wind down, if you can answer me in just a minute and a half. So, are you taking any legal action? If you feel strongly that you're being witch-hunted in that sense, are you taking any legal action? The second part is, have you been approached to join the APC? 2 quick questions. Answer in 1 minute if you can, please.
Well, the first question is that if I've been approached to join the APC, no one has approached me to join the APC. The second question you asked is that if I'm taking legal action. So yes, certainly I'm going to take legal actions because I've been because I've been hearing that they want to come and demolish my house. Now, officially, they have come to marked the house for demolition. Now I'm going to take legal steps to challenge such actions.
I must thank you so much, Honorable, for coming on the program. I wish you the very best in this endeavor, and I hope this can be sorted out. Mr. Marcus Onobo, a member of the House of Representatives from Edo State. Thank you, sir, for coming on the program. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And just before we go, maritime truck owners and drivers have staged a protest in Lagos against a call to scrap the electronic call-up system. The protesters who gathered the Lily Pond Truck Park in Ijora, Matchstar, Papa Park, and Tinkan Island Port, warning that some alleged extortion, checkpoints, racketeering, and terminal inefficiency not only create financial strain on truck operators, but also delay cargo movement by slowing down truck entry and exit from the ports.
The reason why we are here is purposely because of one protest they made day before yesterday. We just want to give our own clarification concerning the protest, that we have experienced a lot in this road. Like we have the during time of Navy, we have experience of police, which is we can't compare the two of them with Eto system. With Eto system, you can be at your home and book for your truck. You can be in abroad and look for your truck in the rate of 21,500, which is, we trucker, we believe that it's very easy for every one of us. But the only challenge is that wherever the terminal, they are not operate very well, it's going to affect everybody generally because of the traffic on the road. And TTP will not release any other truck to join that queue. That's the most challenges at times we trucker are facing, which.
Well, that's it on the program. Thanks for your time and company. I'm Jeffrey Uzonga. You've been served on Lunchtime Politics. Bye-bye.